Welcome. So in today's video, just wanted to give you a bit of an insight really in terms of how I found property over the last 8+ years really, and how it compares to other types of businesses, and how you can run it instead of just being an investment, how you can actually run it and operate it as a standalone business as well, but the benefits that it has over more traditional businesses. And as much as with maybe more high street businesses, retail, commercial, things like that, I've got plenty of friends and family that have had businesses for a number of years. They've all got the same kind of thing in common really, and that's that they're all very staff intensive. So kind of regardless of what market it's in, typically if you're going to be able to scale a business, if you're going to be able to run a business and certainly grow a business, you're going to need to employ a number of members of staff over a period of time. And the one thing that's obviously going to be tricky about that is that it's hard to be flexible. It's hard to kind of run it as a lifestyle business when you've got a number of staff members all kind of relying on you for their income, for their paycheck, and obviously their lifestyle, and you kind of need to look after them as part of that kind of business. So if you own and run businesses at the moment, or if you're maybe director, manager, high-level supervisor, you understand kind of that level of responsibility in terms of employing staff and kind of managing and looking after staff. Now, one of the main benefits of property is that how it compares to these more traditional businesses is that you can actually scale it and grow it without having to employ staff. So you can do it without needing to be kind of too labour intensive or too staff intensive. And the reason for that is because property is kind of set up, or the industry of property is kind of set up for using consultants, outsourcing different companies and organisations all across the way, from letting agents, mortgage brokers, solicitors, refurbishment teams, all of those sort of main power team individuals and companies that you kind of rely on to run your property business and to also kind of grow it and scale it. You can use consultants, you can bring in teams to kind of do those works without actually having to employ staff members. So the beauty of that is that it allows you to scale without kind of needing to be restrictive in terms of having to go down the route of employing and training different individuals. You can just go out there and find a letting agent that can manage your property. Obviously there's going to be certain questions and certain ideas that you need to kind of have in place to make sure that those letting agents can manage those properties successfully for you, and certainly the tenants as well. But things like letting agents, maintenance teams, mortgage brokers, solicitors, as we mentioned, you can always go out and find new individuals or companies to run and operate those roles for you within your business. So you don't have to do it yourself. You also don't have to employ staff individually to do those roles. And that's great because it allows you to kind of scale and grow quite quickly if you needed to. Also allows you to kind of swap out individuals in your power team if they're maybe not performing, or if they're not doing the roles that you'd kind of want them to do, or is successful in the roles that you kind of want them to do. So if you need a new maintenance team because the last individuals or team that you used hasn't performed very well, or maybe the work and the quality they did wasn't great, or maybe the prices aren't competitive anymore, you can do that. There's ways in which you can kind of go out and find qualified individuals to plug that gap within your business, and that's fantastic. You don't get that within many other businesses, and all of the family and friends that I know that run businesses, that's one of the limiting factors. That's one of the most stressful parts of the job, is having that kind of reliability on employing those staff and managing those staff. And to be free from that, to have the ability to kind of scale, outsource, and really grow your business without you kind of having to be there every day, is a fantastic ability. And that's one of the great things about property, is that obviously not only can it make a good investment in terms of long term, you've got the stability of the bricks and mortar, and also the return from rental yields and from other property strategies as well, but it also gives the ability to scale and grow without the restrictions or the limitations that many more traditional and high street businesses tend to come with. So if you are business minded, if you are looking to grow a business and not just kind of have property as investments, then it's a great kind of ability to do that by being able to kind of run your business in that method. So hopefully it just gives you a bit of an insight, a bit of an idea in terms of one of the benefits of property, and in the other videos as well we'll talk about kind of the other benefits of property, but also more importantly how you can actually find the deals, how you can find the tenants, how you can choose the best property investments, and also really the best areas that kind of suit for you, your location and your strategies as well. So hopefully you found that video quite helpful. Hopefully it's give you a bit of an insight in terms of some of the things to maybe consider if you are looking at kind of a business that you can build and grow and develop over time, that's not just kind of a one-off property investment. So hopefully you picked up some kind of ideas, or it's give you, as I said, a bit of an insight in that. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them under the video below, or drop us an email at rob@propertyinvestmentsuk.co.uk. I'm always happy to help.